With the 16th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Jahan Dotson, wide receiver, Penn State.
What's going on, Washington Commander Nation? The first round of the draft just concluded. I'm here with my boy Pascal Todd from the Tay and Todd podcast. What are your thoughts on the first round and what Washington did specifically?
So, man, I am happy that they took a receiver, right? You know, my main priority was to get a weapon.
Yep.
I did not think that they would pass on Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, if they were there at 11.
I didn't either.
They added picks. Now, my priority was not to add picks because I was saying that the more picks you have, it's not about that. It's about picking good players. This is going to be proof of that. If Chris Olave and Jameson Williams are better players than Jahan Dotson,
oh my God,
it's a wrap. I mean, even if they have better rookie seasons than Jahan Dotson, it's a wrap. I don't hate the pick of Jahan Dotson because he's a good player. I think he's got a high floor. We'll see about his ceiling. But I think Alex or Jalen said you don't pass on blue chip guys. I don't view Jahan Dotson as a blue chip guy. I view Jameson Williams at least as a blue chip guy. Oh, yeah. Olave, I think so. I think Olave was one of the safest picks. But I don't know if Dotson's a blue chip. He's a good player, but if Jameson Williams goes on to become one of the best deep threats in the league, it was a mistake, you know? So
I mean, if anybody, first of all, thank you to everybody, all the people that chimed in. We got almost 1,000 comments in our live stream tonight. Thank you to everybody who put up with the chicanery, the energy, the tomfoolery, the hype, and the mood swings, the roller coaster-like emotions of our first round stream. I'm sorry, the Jahan Dotson pick, it took me out a little bit.
It took you out. No, not a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it took me out a lot. I was very dejected by it because it's not like, I know I love Chris Olave. I also love Jameson Williams. Shit, I love the prospect of Kyle Hamilton. Yes, I wanted a receiver over everything, but did I want it this way? Right. It's the value of the pick. Jahan Dotson might not have went to the end of the first round, possibly the second round, and he looks like a guy that should only be playing primarily in the slot. People say, oh, but his skill set's similar to Chris Olave. He's smaller than Chris Olave. He's lighter than him, and he's slower than Chris Olave. So what are we really talking about? Like, I understand that they played with a better quarterback at Ohio State, but it just feels like we took our draft board and we said, F it, because we want more picks, because we told you guys we're going to get more picks. Hoorah. Let's trade down. We got a third and we got a fourth, and we got extra picks. Let's see what we do with them now. But it just seems like for the second year in a row, we reached in the teens for a player when there were better players on the board. Is that an accurate assessment of that, or is that unfair? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go home and watch 1,000 Jahan Dotson. I mean, I watched Jahan Dotson, and I saw he was probably like the 8th, 9th best receiver in this class. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to somehow sell myself into how he's going to be such a playmaker here.
Yeah.
Like, is it fair to say the value was a reach?
So that's the thing is, like, I want to say yes based on what we thought before the draft, but then 6 receivers went from 8 to 18. So, you know, it's like, I didn't expect that to happen either. And people were saying taking Olave at 11 was a reach, you know, and that clearly wasn't true because the Saints trade up for him. I think that he would have gone in the first. I think that he would have gone to maybe the Cardinals or I think there are teams that would have taken him. But I think kind of like you said, I think they were more focused on adding picks than taking the best potential player that was available at 11. You know what I mean? Like just adding more picks for the sake of adding picks, which to me, do that if it makes sense. So they must have liked Dotson as much or more than Olave or Williams. You had to, because at the end of the day, if Williams or Olave become the players we think they can be, then the 3rd and the 4th round pick you're going to use are probably not worth it to just have the player. So I think it was a slight reach. I don't think it was a crazy reach, but I think that they were more worried about adding picks than about the player they actually ended up with. And I don't like that.
And at this point, I'm confused to even what was our board even like going into this.
We must not like Chris Olave. That must have been smoke, all smoke.
That shows you, like, all the reports coming out, like no one really had a clear idea, because if Kyle Hamilton was as high on our board as people made it seem like, we had a chance to take him. We let a team trade up for the guy that we supposedly and allegedly loved in the draft. So what that shows me is that our receiver board had to be Drake London, Garrett Wilson, and then the rest of the guys.
And then after that, they probably had Williams, ACL, and then Olave and Dotson. They probably thought, hey, we like them both enough to trade back and take whichever one's there. That's literally what it had to have been. They love Wilson and Garrett. I mean, London and Garrett. And if they weren't there, they were like, all right, we're just going to move back. And I mean, look, this pick is hated so much that it means that he's probably going to be good. You know what I mean?
Most likely. Yeah.
That's what that means. Probably like he will contribute this year. He's better than De'Ami Brown.
Oh, like, for sure.
He's better than De'Ami Brown. He can run routes. He catches everything. But it's just when you compare it to who they would have had, that's what it comes down to. Not even the pick, compared to who you could have had.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, it's going to take me a little bit to digest it, but it's not like he's a scrub. Jahan Dotson is a very, very nuanced and skilled slot receiver. 5'10", 178. He ran what, a 4.43 or a 4.47? 4.43 40-yard dash. You know, I would expect faster for his size, but he there's something you were talking about earlier. He can run a double move.
He can run a double move, and I love Terry McLaurin. We all love Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin cannot run a double move to save his life. Facts. He goes from being a great route runner to the worst in the league when it comes to double moves. Jahan Dotson can run a double move, okay? And look, Scott Turner, he be calling them double sluggos, and then Terry's not open and De'Ami's not open and the play is dead. But now he got a receiver that can actually run that. So, you know, at this point, you know, we just got to wait and see how it works out, because we wanted help on offense. We got help on offense. It's not exactly the help we wanted, but it could still be really good help.
Oh yeah, and I imagine taking this guy at 16, he will be in the starting lineup immediately.
Gotta be. Oh yeah, no, he's gonna battle with De'Ami Brown, but no, he's got to be your starter. He's your first round pick, and like I'm proud of these old heads for actually taking a receiver, even though it's not the one we wanted. But I just need him to make them look smart, the same way I need Carson Wentz to make them look smart. Because if Wentz is a dud and Dotson's a dud, you gotta fire these boys. Yeah, exactly. You gotta fire. Jamin Davis is a dud. You gotta fire these boys and move on.
Yeah, man, and I hate to even talk about that type of thing, but for the second year in a row, we took what's possible as a question mark or reach at the position. But I do think he brings a skill set. I mean, he brings more speed to the offense. Obviously, he's definitely better than De'Ami Brown and the rest of the receivers not named Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel gives us another element. I think as a pure receiver, he probably brings us more than Curtis Samuel as a pure wide receiver. But I think now that I've had some time to sit with it, and when I go chop up the tape some more, it just makes me mad, because it is okay to just stick with your board and pick the guys you like, dude.
No, I agree. It's okay. Like, look, I said it. I came to that realization a few weeks ago where I was like, having more picks is great, but I really don't care about that. I just want you to draft 2 players in the first and second round that can help you day one. I think Dotson can, but I think the one thing I'll say in Dotson's favor is between Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, Dotson wasn't playing with no CJ Stroud, no Justin Fields, Bryce Young. You know, he had what's his name? Sean Clifford. Yeah. So, you know, and he still put up numbers. He got 1/3 of Clifford's passing yards. So I think it's possible. I don't know if he's better than, like, I'm not going to say he's better than Olave, but if Dotson was at Ohio State and Olave was at Penn State, I think it's possible you literally just switch them, because they're like similar players. Olave is a little bigger and faster, but you know, I don't hate the pick. I can't hate the pick. I begged for them to go offense so bad. I can't hate the pick. It's not the pick I would have made, but
my initial reaction, as it was spoiled to me by someone who texted me, I'm not going to put you out there who texted me, but you tipped me with the pick and sent me a Ben Standing report saying Jahan Dotson was the pick. After immediately seeing Olave and then Jameson go off the board, and then I all of a sudden see that we're taking Jahan Dotson. My emotions got the best of me. I was pissed, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna clip it because I didn't even let the guys see it live. I had to tell them, like, bro, we just took Jahan Dotson with the 16th pick of the draft. But let me put some respect on Jahan Dotson's name. Jahan Dotson is a good receiver. He's a good player. He probably shouldn't be the 16th pick of the draft, but I hope everything negatively of how I reacted to the pick, I hope I'm terribly wrong, because I'm not a guy who's going to root against anybody on my favorite team just to prove my own narrative right, because who the hell am I? I'm nobody but a fan at the end of the day. And yeah, that's where I stand on the pick. I hope he wears a good number. I hope he wears number 1.
Yeah,
I hope
gotta be 1.
It got to be. That's the
Right?
only good. That's like the only fly receiver number that we have left, unless Tressway wants to give him number 5.
Number 5. Sly's wearing 3, right? It's Sly 3. I think
he changed to 6. And
he changed
Jackson's
to 6.
wearing
okay,
3.
okay. Yeah. That's right. So it's got to be 1 or like 15, but don't wear 15. Just wear the number 1.
Yeah, like 8, but 8 is like that don't look like right on a small-bodied receiver.
Like
it's gonna look mad weird.
And 1 makes sense. He's a punt returner too.
Hey.
So 1 makes sense.
Hey, it's gonna be enhanced, way better DeAndre Carter for us. So, I mean, that's pretty much how I feel about our first round pick. What's the biggest surprise of the first round? I know my guy Willis not going round 1. That a good one. That one stung me because I was sure he was going round 1.
That's a good one. Like 1 quarterback. I know everyone was talking about this class, but 1 quarterback. The biggest surprise for me is honestly probably the Eagles trading that first round pick for the Eagles trading that pick for what's his name for AJ Brown, but the Titans trading AJ Brown. That's just that during the draft. That's crazy. And you had 2 wide receiver trades going on. So it's probably the AJ Brown to the Eagles, which is so annoying because look, we don't have nobody who can cover him, but it is what it is. They got to fight offense with offense.
Eagles, man, they playing chess. I'm not afraid of their quarterback yet, but they're stacking the deck.
They got 2 picks, 2 first rounders next year. So.
Yep, and they're posturing to get one of the top quarterbacks next year. They still have plenty of picks in this draft, but let's talk about Washington at 47. We did gain a 3rd and a 4th round pick in our trade back to 16 with the New Orleans Saints. What is your focus? What are we eyeing and targeting in these next couple rounds?
I am still all on off. Now, look, if a guy like Nakobe Dean is there at 47, I think you got to take him, right? Like, I think he's last year's JOK. Like, the dude he's a baller. But I'm all in on offense. Y'all know I'm not that high, or maybe y'all don't know. So I'm telling you, I'm not that high on Antonio Gibson. I would love Breece Hall is nasty. I think Kenneth Walker is nasty, or even a player like Trey McBride, because Logan Thomas coming off that ACL. So I'm all on adding more skilled players in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. 2nd, 3rd, or one of your 2 fourths. Or really, I want at least 2 of those 4 picks to be dedicated to adding skilled players on offense. At 47, I think Nakobe Dean is the main one where if he's there, I got to just take him on defense. But give me Trey McBride, give me Breece Hall, give me Kenneth Walker.
Yep, give me a back or a tight end in round 2, and let's continue the theme of offense and building around Carson Wentz. And I mean, if there's a safety you love, there's a Jalen Petrie, Nick Cross, one of those guys, I could get it. I would understand Jaquan Brisker. I would understand it, but I would definitely prefer Trey McBride, Jelani Woods in round 3, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall. I need some more offense, man. Stack the deck. I could definitely see them drafting like a interior lineman on a Perrion Winfrey on defense or an offensive guard. Because right now I'm very confused as to what the vision is, and as positive as I've been on Ron and company, I'm starting to understand the pessimism of a lot of the fan base now, and I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt with everything they do. But I'm a little bit confused myself right now, and trading back, which feels like just a trade back in a way, but I could look totally foolish if Jahan Dotson comes in as a primary target for us and just comes in and absolutely balls out, which I hope he does. And all fans, no matter what you feel about the pick, want the guy to do good here, man.
Right. I think it's completely possible he's balling from day one. I mean, that's what these wide receivers do. So you got to root for him. it's just crazy to see a team trade up 20 picks for a guy you could have had. That's, to see the Lions trade up from 32. Maybe that's going to end up being a mistake, but it's wild to see a team trade up 20 picks
and
for
they
a guy
gave up
you passed
crazy
up on.
compensation too. What they give up 32, 34, and 66.
I think so. Yeah.
They gave up quarterback trade
Yeah,
compensation for Jameson, a guy coming off an ACL tear.
Yeah. And I mean, if he's not off that ACL, for one, is he there at 11? And then two, at that point, you're taking him, right? There's no way that's justified. But that's the weird thing about it. But I think Dotson's going to come in, and I think he's going to be showing you something from day one. He kept I have no doubt about that. My only question is, will he be a better player than Chris Olave and Jameson Williams? Is he going to get a second contract in Washington, or is he going to be a 4 years and done guy while Olave and Williams are going to Pro Bowls? Is he going to be a Pro Bowler, or is he just going to be a good receiver while those other guys are going to Pro Bowls?
Yep, exactly. And that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. And I hope he balls out. Let's give a quick, way too early rookie stat prediction for Jahan Dotson. I'll give him, just to be modest, I'll say 37 receptions, 480 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm not gonna go high. I'm trying to be humble. I'm not saying that's all I'm gonna give you. What is your rookie predictions for Jahan Dotson?
Yeah, that is modest. Look, I gotta keep the optimism flowing. I'm gonna go like 59 receptions, like 750 yards, and like 4 touchdowns. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna get the ball a lot.
Okay.
He stays healthy too.
How do you see him primarily being used here?
Honestly, I think he's gonna be I don't think he's gonna be your slot. I think he's gonna be your
boundary receiver,
your boundary that can go into the slot, because Samuel and is interchangeable too. But I think primarily he's gonna be your Z opposite of Terry. And I think I think maybe now Terry gets more opportunities vertically, and Dotson is more of your working the intermediate, the short and the intermediate. He's got good speed, but he's not known as a deep threat. So I think he's going to be your 2. I think he's going to be your Z opposite of Terry, honestly.
Yeah, I think he better be when you take someone 16th in the draft. And as I close this out, I just wanted to say, at least we took a wide receiver. And for our fan base who told me every day that our wide receiving core is fine and that it's not a need here, Ron and company just told you exactly how they feel about Curtis Samuel, De'Ami Brown, and Dax Milne, Cam Sims, and company.
I think they really might not have been eyeing really any other position than wide receiver mainly. I think their board looked like Drake London, Garrett Wilson, and then like Dotson or Olave in a trade back, something like that. They clearly didn't want Kyle Hamilton. They made that clear because they could have had that boy.
Very
and
clear.
They didn't take him. I think they're not playing. I like that they're not playing about adding weapons on offense. The methodology is questionable.
Yep.
But I think their board was like wide receiver, and that's what they went. And that was my board too. So
and for that I will say thank you, Ron.
Yeah, at least they didn't take freaking Trevor Penning or Kenyon Green.
Oh my God.
Or Devin Lloyd, like good players, but come on.
As soon as Kenyon Green came off that board, I was like, yes, yes, we can exhale. It was the same thing we did at our draft party last year with Tevin Jenkins. We brought the energy tonight. I'd never seen Pascal show this much energy as he did in the stream. We was out here predicting. I think I hit on like 1 of 32 picks in my mock draft, man. But we're on tonight 2 of the draft. Rio at Rio Robinson 91 at Rio _Robinson 91, and the Rambling with Rio channel, Rio Robinson on YouTube. Pascal, tell them where to find you. We can call it a night.
At Tay in Todd Podcast on Twitter and Tay in Todd Podcast on YouTube. We should be the only one that comes up. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. It was a great time. Thank you for hosting us. It was fire. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, we're probably going to be back on this couch doing the same thing. I'm about to go home and watch Jahan Dotson's whole entire life of interviews, reps, and every single thing possible. And I'm definitely going to go dig to see if he has some family in the military. But good night, all. I would say take command, but that hashtag, we're going to go ahead and pour one out and say RIP to the hashtag take command. We're hailing to the Commanders. Deuces.